So in a while I'll show my legs, but basically if you're a right-hander, you want to keep your left leg up. You want to keep your left leg forward, left arm forward, okay? Elbows in. And here's the simplest way I can explain it. The knuckles here, you gotta close your arm, you gotta close your hands with your knuckles over here, right? So knuckles should be to about the cheekbone right here, right? So here, elbows in, okay? And so some guys stand like this, right? And you're gonna do it Floyd Mayweather style. You wanna kind of turn your body this way, okay? Just a little bit. So we're gonna go like from right here, turn our body just like this, elbows in to about the cheekbone right here. And the purpose for that is this. So if a guy's boxing with you and he wants to hit you in the body, right? So he's gonna come here. If you're right there, if you're facing here, he could just boom, and he can basically hit you in your liver, right? So we're exposing our liver, so we're gonna keep our elbows in so we can protect. But we want to keep to our side so he has to reach. And while he's reaching, we can maybe counter with the right uppercut, left hook, or we can step back and really put some punishment on him, okay? So we have to kind of like turn our body a little bit. That's all essential stuff in boxing, okay? So remember, right-handers, their left hand and their left leg is the lead, okay? So it's usually gonna lead. Now that's not always true, okay? Sometimes right-handers turn to the southpaw stance, so when they're jabbing with their power hand, okay? What happens there is usually their left hand, which is supposed to be the power, they have to develop that power, okay? Because, so they're using their power hand as their lead, and then their second, which is supposed to be the power hand, like to set up the power hand, is not as powerful, but it can be, and you can definitely develop it, and that's normal people. There are some people that are strong with both arms, both hands. Basically their left and the right are the same thing, okay? As far as power wise, okay? I know there's some guys that could do right with both hands. Doesn't necessarily mean that the power goes with it, okay? But there are some that have power in both hands, okay? And sometimes it's natural, sometimes it's developed, okay? So basic, right hand, if you're a right-hander, your left hand and your left leg are gonna be your lead. So you're gonna be standing like this kind of, okay? And they're gonna lead the actions, okay? Use the jab, set up the power shot, okay? And with that being said, when you jab, that's a regular jab. And this is a step jab, okay? So I'm stepping into my jab, okay? So, but usually if I'm standing here and the guy's right in front of me, I can just jab him, you know? 1, 2, okay? Jab, kind of like straight here, straight. So you want to keep yourself in the line towards the middle of your opponent. We're focusing on the nose and the chin, okay? And the sternum, okay? So here, straight, right across your body, okay? Right cross, because it comes across your body, okay? So 1, 2, okay? 1, 2, okay? Now in order to throw a 3, we need to be technically sound on our 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, okay? Real simple. The jab sets up the right cross sets up the left hook, okay? And your hook wants to be like this. Elbow high, hitting with the knuckle, always hitting with the knuckle, boom, okay? So boom. Then you can roll, boom, again, if you want, okay? That's a little bit more basic advanced, is what I would call it. But it's something we could talk about later, okay? So, basic stuff, our stance, okay? Now, you know, everybody's built different. Some people are taller, shorter, heavier, skinnier. So our legs, and also some people's legs are stronger than others, right? So we want to know where our stance is at. Basically, I'm going to get another segment. I'm going to show you my legs, how they are. But basically, when you're in your stance, and if you can bend straight down. So when I'm training kids, I tell them, you know, show me your stance, show me your stance. And I say, okay, pretend I'm throwing a hook. So I come across like that, and I make them bend under my hook. And I tell them, if you bend down like that, and you can stay there, you're comfortable there, like you don't feel off balance, that's basically how far apart your legs have to be. That's your stance. So when you're boxing, you want to kind of keep it there. Yeah, sometimes you get rushed and you have to get out of there quickly, but as soon as you have a chance, get right back into your stance, elbows up, and then start boxing again, okay? So that's the basic getting started with your stance and your elbows in and how you're going to stand, okay? Once we get that down, then we can work on our 1 or 1, 2 or 1, 2, 3, okay? So remember, a jab here, like this, with the knuckle, bam, bam, bam. And then there's a step jab, bam. So I want to step into my jab because when I step in, then I'm closer to my opponent, so my right cross can really have an impact. And once I get that going, pat, 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 then I can throw 1, 2, 3. So pat, 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 okay? And then 1, 2, 3, boom, roll, boom, come back some more, okay? But we got to get this basic down so those punches can land and be very effective, okay? So thank you for tuning in. I'm going to come to the next segment. We'll be looking more at the footwork, and we'll get you on your stance, and then we'll go into more better punches, better combinations, and we'll get developed, okay? Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.